This lesson is about everyday math, lesson 2.3, and it's a continuation of using powers of 10 to do some estimating. So let's get started. First of all, you're going to need your math journal, and we're going to be going to lesson 2.3. And really this lesson is kind of interesting because it doesn't really go too much into powers of 10, but it's more about thinking about what the value is of the numbers in relation to powers of 10. So we're going to use some estimation to solve this problem. It says a hardware store sells ladders that extend up to 12 feet. The store's advertising says, largest inventory in the country. If you put all our ladders end to end, you could climb to the top of the Empire State Building. Well, the company has 295 ladders in stock. The Empire State Building is 1,453 feet tall. Is it true that the ladders would reach the top of the building? So we're going to see what we can figure out. So first of all, let's think about 12 feet is pretty close to about 10 feet. So we could say 12 feet is close to 10 feet. $295 is close to 300 ladders. So 10 times, then 300, 10 times 10 feet times 300 ladders would equal, so I take my 300 and I take it times 10, which would add another 0 to it, 3,000 feet total. So would we then be able to go back and say, is it tall enough? The Empire State Building is 1,453 feet. So we could say, yes, this is definitely tall enough. Okay, moving on to our next one. The school library received a donation of 42 boxes of books. Each box contains 15 to 18 books. The library has 10 empty bookshelves. Each bookshelf can hold up to 60 books. So we need to know, does the library have enough shelf space for all of the new books? So to estimate this, we would probably want to look at 42 is close to 40. And if each box contains 15 to 18 books, we could probably say it's close to and let's say that 15 to 18 is pretty close to, I think we could probably go with 15 just because it's 5 and 5s are easy to multiply. So we've already underestimated the number of boxes here and underestimated this. So maybe we might want to go this up to 20 books. Okay. So if we would multiply that, so 40 times 20. That might tell me about how many books here. So then it says the library has 10 empty bookshelves. Each shelf can hold up to 60 books. So right away, that's a pretty nice even number. So we could say 10 times 60, 60. And we know that's going to equal the 6 with 1, 2 zeros behind it. So we need to go back up here and find out how many books that would equal. Oh, let me fix that. So 4 times 2 is 8, and with 2 zeros after it. So does that library have enough bookshelf? Probably not. Because we would only be able to fit about 600 of them. And already we can see that this is bigger. We could also go back and look and see that that 15 to 18 is bigger than this right here. Even if we took and found out how close it was, it's a little bit bigger here. And so it's not going to work out this time. So this is how we would explain that we solved the problem. First, we estimated 42, close to 40, and then 20 for the books that would be in each box. And then to find that out, we did 40 times 20, got 800 books, but 10 times 60, we would only be able to fit 600 books. So we wouldn't have enough space. Probably need to buy another shelf. Okay, now this is your job. You're going to figure out what to do with number 3. Let me read it to you. Nishant is in charge of collecting cereal box tops to trade for technology items for his school. He keeps the box tops in 38 folders. Each folder contains 80 box tops. So we need to know, does Nishant have enough box tops to do these following things? Trade in for a printer, for a digital camera, for a tablet computer. So for this one, we could make it pretty easy. We could do this. We could just think about 38 times 8. You can do that multiplication and then add that 0 in there and be able to tell. So I'm going to let you do that on your own today. And let's move on to what else you need to do. Your next page is on writing and comparing expressions. You're going to write each statement as an expression using grouping symbols. Do not evaluate them. So that means you don't have to solve them. So let me switch here to a writing tool. Okay, here we go. So it says first find the sum of 13 and 7. Okay, so we're going to do 13, sorry about my writing, plus 7. And we're going to put that in parentheses because that says the first thing that we're going to do. Then subtract 5. Don't have to solve it. That's it. So you guys are going to do the rest of these. You might have to use more than one set of parentheses, or you could even use brackets if you need to. Okay, moving on. Same thing comes here. It says compare the two expressions. Do not evaluate them. That means do not solve them. You're going to answer the question, how are the values different? So if you look, we have 2 times 489 plus 126. And then we just have this problem, 489 plus 126. So how are these two different is what it's asking you. Same thing here. This one has 367 times 42 minus 328 and 367 times 42. You don't have to solve them. Just tell how their values are different. So don't make it too hard. Same thing, here below are some advertisements for 2 stores having t-shirts on sale. So you're going to write an expression that represents the cost of two shirts at each store. So we take a look at this one. It says half off t-shirts. Regular price is $14. So if half of it is, what do you think you'll need to do? Probably do it divided by 2, right? So your expression will go here. Of course, you'll start with 14 dollars divided by 2, $sign. And then because we are going to buy 2 shirts, probably going to multiply. Okay, so you'll do one for this one here. Alrighty, and then it says which store has the better deal? How do you know? So you'll get to answer that question. All right, now going on to your math boxes. Some of you have been having some difficulty with some of these, so I just wanted to go over it with you. So the first one, this one is an area problem. So if you want to, you could divide it and make it a drawing for your problem so you can help solve yourself. Or you can use some multiplication, but be careful on that because this is 1/2 also times the 5. So just watch out for that. Then look on this one for what is the value of the 8 in the following numbers. So you just look to see how much is the 8 worth. So in this one it would be just plain old 8. This guy would be, it's worth how much? Oh yeah, 80. And so look for the pattern in there. Okay? All right, moving on. This one, you're going to need to use a chart that we have done in past pages that tells you this. I'm going to give you a hint. There are 1,000 millimeters. Wow, that's really bad. Sorry. Equals 1 meter. Okay? That's my hint to you. Got it? And if you can't find it, use your student reference book, use the internet, see what you can do to find it. Then find the volume of the prism on number 4, and then it says explain what happens to the value of the 8 as it moves one place to the left in problem 2. So you can answer that. We've been talking about that. All right, and that's it for your video for today. If you have questions after you've watched it, go back, rewatch it again. And if you still have questions, come find me. Today I will be working with individuals at the back table. So good luck. Let me know if you need anything.